Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Advanced figure preview video. Before we begin, I have to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out with me in person to a CGHK in Hong Kong, their version of Comic-Con, and snapping some badass high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below. Without him, this series and this video, in fact, literally wouldn't be possible. While you're down in the description, if you're heading that way, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as a brand new figure preview video goes live on the channel. I just want to say, no, I don't support any of Ezra's nonsense. I've seen the comments, some people say, hey, I really like The Flash. Then others will say, how dare you, you're supporting Ezra's BS. Well, you can also separate the art from the artist usually. You can enjoy Ezra's performances as both versions of Barry just as I do, and enjoy the film, without being a supporter of all the shit that Ezra has been accused of. Just wanted to say it off the bat, I liked Ezra's performances, I do not support his nonsense. Okay, back to the figure. So you get some swap out pieces. Because in the film, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, I guess, go and watch it. You can stream it by this point. It's a repurposed Michael Keaton Batman Returns suit, and there are a couple of things that they did with this Flash young Barry, I guess you want to call it, that I'm hoping they do for a 2.0 version of a Batman Returns suit. We'll get to that in just a second. But you have some swap out bits of armor, you also have Barry's headphones, and I do like that hand with the jagged piece of Kryptonian metal stuck into it. I think that's what that is. You get some swap out gauntlets with the caution tape around it, and some swap out shoulder pads. The display base matches the rest of the lineup so far. It lights up USB-C, plug it in, lights up blue. The spray painted yellow symbol over the top of the Bat logo, oh, that's a very nice touch. So is this head sculpt. This is outstanding work, Hot Toys, and a skin tone neck. I am so excited that skin tone necks are becoming a mainstay. Whenever we have an unmasked character, usually back in the day, you just pop the head sculpt on the superhero suit, and the suit would extend up under the neck, looking all kinds of funky. But not anymore. Skin tone necks and all of the sculpt work that comes along with that, the collarbone, the muscle definition. Yeah, it looks great. This is a very realistic head sculpt. The eyes do look a little bit sunken in, like there's a gap around the edge at the bottom of the eyelid, and I think that means moving eyes. Up top, you can also see a seam for the back of the head sculpt where it would separate. So moving eyes, I reckon that's going to be a thing. Skin tone neck and moving eyes? Oh, Hot Toys, you're spoiling us. The individual strands of hair are also nicely sculpted. There's flow to it. There is some separation down the bottom at the base where the hair would sort of fan out. All of that looks good. That unmasked head sculpt, I reckon, is their best attempt at an Ezra Miller likeness to date. Now, this suit normally is very restricted when it comes to posing. I'm not quite sure if they've changed the boots based off the Batman Returns figure, but kind of looks that way. They look a lot softer. You can see that there's an ankle bend there. He's not standing straight up and down with the boots fully vertical. So going with that soft material so you can get some ankle tilt out of it, definitely the right choice. My preferred option would have been a split cut boot design. You can literally see where that split could have been, and then that front bat symbol piece could have come up and covered it. They didn't do that. They went sculpted. As long as it's soft enough, I'm going to be fine with that. He's got some knee pads strapped on the front of the batsuit. You can also see some spandex, that dark red underneath the knee pad and just tucked into the top of the boot, that stretchy material. Also some lightning effects, and with the blue light from the display base shining up on them, they look really cool, and it adds some life to them where otherwise, normally, I'm not a huge fan of these lightning effects. They can look a little bit cheap and plasticky. Going as translucent as they have, with that blue light at the bottom, it works well. I don't know if that was intentional. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that this time it was. Now, this batsuit, like I said just before, is not known for its crazy posability. This time, they haven't gone with rubber. They've gone with that traditional superhero-style material that is pretty much a spandex suit with all of the screen printing over the top. So it's thick, yes, but not quite as thick and rubbery as full-on rubber like the Batman Returns suit. What I'm trying to say is this guy's going to be able to pose. You can see there are wrinkles, there are creases that might annoy some. To me, that just tells me that this suit's going to be able to move, and Oh, I am so hoping that they use this exact same suit, do it in black, put all the Batman Returns trappings on it, and make a 2.0 of that 92 suit. It's time, Hot Toys, you need to make that happen. It looks like a nasty, dirty, spray painted suit that the paint is peeling off of. He's added the little stripes for his belt of sorts that is just some caution tape. It's a very ragtag suit, but that adds to the charm of this outfit in the movie and in 1/6 scale. That spray painted bat symbol slash flash logo looks perfect. That fuzzy edge around the yellow, it looks like a crude spray painting job. Now, to me, the chest plate does look like traditional rubber. It looks thicker, it looks stiffer, and to hold its shape, they would need to do that. And to have the gashes that young Barry scratches into the front of it. Not sure why he did that, just to add some more visual interest, I suppose. They would have had to go a little bit deeper. Now, you can see that he does have a blade on one side, some more lightning effects, and some bits and pieces sticking into his forearm underneath his elbow pads. Those are all the switch out pieces. So if they actually make this, then we will be able to choose to go from normal young Barry in his repurposed Batman Returns suit to Dark Flash Light? Dark Flash 1.0? Whatever you want to call it, you can make him look like he's on the way to becoming Dark Flash. I personally am going with young Barry. I loved young Barry in the movie. He was so funny. He said the stupidest things. He did the stupidest things. He was goofy as hell, and that laugh, it was just intoxicating. Whenever he was on screen, the interaction between older Barry and younger Barry, it was some expert acting on the part of Ezra. Say what you will about Ezra Miller. Ezra killed it in this movie, playing both versions of the character. You literally felt like, number one, they were in the room together, and number two, they were two completely different characters. Just that laugh alone for young Barry. If you haven't seen the film, you owe it to yourself if you're a DC fan to go ahead and check it out. Now that it's on streaming, Michael Keaton back as Batman, we get Supergirl, we get General Zod, we get multiple different versions of The Flash. Yeah, the CGI is not fantastic. It didn't ruin the movie for me. I got used to it. Yes, it's a little bit off-putting when you first see some of the CGI scenes and they don't work quite as well as I think Warner Brothers were hoping. Like I said, it doesn't ruin the film for me. This head sculpt, though, might just ruin this figure for me. I do not know about this head sculpt. That expression is just not working for me. The lip is curled up, the teeth are all kinds of jaggedy looking. I'm hoping that's just for the prototype and not for the final product. The gash on the side of Barry's head sculpt is quite scene specific, but I do spot moving eyes, which is a win. Now, in the movie, Barry gets sliced across the neck by one of the Kryptonians, rips away that part of the suit. Because there is this gag in the movie where young Barry, wearing this suit, turns to older Barry, and because the cowl is as stiff as it is being the return suit, that head turn is stopped immediately, and the cowl, it looks absolutely ridiculous. It stretches over Barry's face, and yeah, it just goes to show that Michael Keaton wearing this suit, he was up against it. If he'd turned his head, he would have looked ridiculous. So the Keaton turn, totally warranted. Some swappable mouth plates would be a nice option with this, along with the movable eyes, and also a swappable neck piece so you can complete the cowl. All of that stuff, they could add it down the line. Right now, I just can't get around this expression for this cowled head sculpt. Okay, maybe Barry makes this expression in the movie from time to time, just not my cup of tea. The cowl itself looks great, it conforms to the head sculpt, yet it still looks like there's a face inside a rubbery cowl. And the ears up on top, there are some holes in there because when they were molding this cowl, the ears would be hollow because it's a slush cast, I would assume. So when Barry cut the ears off, you can see there are some little holes up on top. That's some really nice attention to detail. It's the small things like that and the scratches on the side of the cowl, the one that connects to his mouth, then goes up the ear, and the one on the top of the forehead. It's the little bits and pieces like that that just make me so happy. Now, are Hot Toys actually going to make this version of the Flash? No, I don't think so. I'm hoping I'm wrong because I need this young Barry in the collection. That head sculpt is too good not to use, not this one. The other one, the unmasked head sculpt, this one needs a lot of work. Maybe some additional face plates might be the way to go. Still, I'm happy to call my Flash team complete. If we have this guy, we have the normal Flash, we also have Sasha Kaye as Supergirl, please fix that head sculpt, Hot Toys. and both versions of Batman. That's my team from The Flash. Would I like General Zod and Faora? Oh yes, definitely, of course I would. Would I like some of the cameo characters from the Chrono Bowl? Oh, absolutely. Adam West as Batman, new Christopher Reeve Superman, Nicolas Cage Superman, even Supergirl perhaps? Yeah, count me in. I reckon Hot Toys might be done for now. We will have to wait and see. The movie just didn't do all that well. And Hot Toys do struggle when it comes to movies not financially performing well. Critically, this movie did okay, not fantastic there either. So it's a big question mark at this point. Do let me know what you think of Young Barry and the film in general down in the comments below. And if this Flash does go up for pre-order, then of course I'll get it and review it on the channel. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe will catch you in the next video.